Good afternoon, Storm fans. Welcome to this Mpls Bantam B1 game versus Bantam B1 Black versus Osseo Maple Grove White. Hard to believe the season goes as quickly as it does. This is actually the last home game, or last regular season game, I should say, for the Storm as they conclude the season today, and then we'll start district play coming up next weekend. This is a very important game for the Storm. They really would love to finish in third place, which would put them in a much better position in the district tournament. But in order to finish in third, they have to win this game, and they have to get some help from the other Mpls Bantam B1 team, the gray team, who plays right after this one, as they need the gray team to win also in order for the Storm to finish in third place. So, critical game in the final standings. The Storm find themselves, they are tied for third place now. They're actually, it's a four team tie for third place right now between Mpls Bantam B1 Black, Mpls Bantam B1 Gray, a Wayzata Gold team, and the Wayzata Blue team. Wayzata Blue team has already played all their games, so they cannot move ahead in the standings at this point. But the other three teams all play today, and so depending on how things come out today will determine the final standings and the final placement before the district tournament. Storm would really like to finish in third place. That would put them in the bracket opposite the Osseo Maple Grove B1 Black team, which is the first place team and a team that has beat the Storm 3 times so far this year. So we are in the South Rink at Parade Ice Garden. And Storm in their home white here, going right to left. Will Marsh is going to start off on the front line with George Lego and Jackson Gaston. This one is won by the Storm, knocked in by Will Marsh. Into the Storm offensive zone, quickly knocked out of there by Osseo Maple Grove. Cam Adair retrieves this one, sends it over to Will Marsh. Now here's Cam with it behind the net again. He goes off the boards to George Lego. Brought out by Will Marsh, but then taken back by Osseo Maple Grove. Now here's Osseo Maple Grove coming ahead as Griffin O'Melia plays the D. Now here's the breakout by Griffin. Comes into neutral, but picked up by OMG. Here's Beck with it. Here's a shot up over the net. We got Ben just in goal today. Now Griffin tries to break this out. That gets taken away by OMG, but sloppy play early on as no team seems to be able to control the puck here. This one's sent around the boards by OMG White. There's a shot in that's blocked. Here's a shot from the point. That one is deflected up high and into the netting. So we'll have a stoppage of play with 12:56 left here in this opening period. Here's Colin O'Day on the face-off. This one comes to Cam. Cam chips it ahead to Otto. Otto then throws it into the corner. This one goes deep into the, chases it, picked up by Ben Score. He's going to send it back down in. That one kept in nicely by Beck. Chipped out of there. George Lego will retrieve that one. He sends it over to Jackson, but loose puck picked up by Osseo Maple Grove. And we'll have a stoppage of play as Ben scoops up the loose puck. So we've talked about this in past games, but Osseo Maple Grove does something that the Minneapolis Association does not do, which is they stack their teams, which means they have two Bantam B1 teams, but they rank their players and put all of the top players on one team and the bottom ranked team or bottom ranked players then go on the second team. So they end up with two Bantam B1 teams that are really not balanced. They're skewed in favor of one team, and that is the Osseo Maple Grove black team. This is the white team, so they are the, at least on paper, the less skilled team of the two. But nonetheless, a very formidable opponent here for the Storm. Now here's Cam. Now here comes Cam again into the zone. And Storm are going to be offside. So we'll face off right down front here as Colin O'Day comes in to take the face off. Colin knocks it into the zone. That's actually on goal. And the goalie steers it away. Now Beck fires one. Blockered away by OMG. Now here's Otto in the corner looking to center it out. Ben Scory trying to get it out to Colin. This one is knocked into the zone by OMG. Griffin has to retrieve to pick it up. Comes to, tries to get it out, but poked away. This one goes all the way on down. This should be an icing on the Storm, as it is. So we will come back down into the Storm offensive zone and face off with 9:21 left here in this opening period. Still no score. Storm so far, though, march on the face-off in the offensive zone. Shots are 3-2 in favor of the Storm so far. Both teams able to get shots, but no real scoring threats so far. This one comes out to Cam. Cam fires it. Knocked down. Now Cam again. He's going to throw it back in. That one gets redirected toward the net. Griffin on D. Griffin chips that one back down in. Now OMG breaks it out, but they are going to be offsides as they get into the zone a little bit too early. And we'll face off on the dot in front of the OMG bench. This one comes to Colin Moose. Here's Colin in the slot. Colin takes a shot, and that's knocked down. Oh, and another shot. Loose puck in front, but now Griffin with a shot. That's now chipped out of here. Good scoring opportunity there for the Storm as they continue to put the pressure on. This one is knocked into the zone by OMG. Comes around the boards. Ooh, nice shot by OMG. Great save by Ben. Here's OMG as they regroup. Now knocked away by Cam. Cam brings it into the zone, but she chips it toward the net. Oh, a nice opportunity there as Otto got a stick on it and tried to knock it in. Saved by the Osseo Maple Grove goalie. Now here's Colin facing off right in the circle. Shot by Cam. Kept in by Cam. Now there's Colin with it. He backhands it forward. Oh, there was a pass right out front to Ben Scory, but just past him. Still in the zone now, controlled by Otto. Otto feeds it right out to Ben Scory, but Ben couldn't get a shot away. There's a battle along the boards. Storm still have it in the zone, doing a good job of controlling the offensive zone time. Here's George with it. George centers it right out front and backhand by Jackson Gaston. Almost got it in there. Here George centers it out. Another high shot that is eventually knocked down and covered by the OMG goalie. Nice pressure by the Storm again as they continue to control that offensive zone time. Jackson. Oh, right out front. That was steered away by OMG. OMG still trying to get it out. Kept in by the Storm. Now here's puck intercepted by George Lego. George gets it right out front. Now still kept in. Here's Jackson with it. Now it finally comes out of the zone. Here's Osseo Maple Grove. Oh, nice defensive play there by Griffin as he's able to poke that one away. Osseo Maple Grove behind the net now, intercepted by Whittlemarsh briefly, but taken back by OMG. Now they send it in deep. A weak shot attempt that's steered away by Ben. OMG still with it. Now that one is knocked down and covered by Ben. Ben looking sharp in goal so far. Storm had a little rough outing last game out as George was in goal last time and struggled a little bit against the opponent last time, but now Ben Just in goal is looked good so far. Shots are now 8-5 in favor of the Storm. Osseo Maple Grove behind the net, circling. They send it out. That comes out of the zone. Archie now pursuing. Oh, Archie wrestles it away, but can't control it. Back comes Osseo Maple Grove. Here comes Ben Scory. He tries to control it in the corner now. Picked up by Colin briefly, but kept in. Now here's Ben Scory. Ben fires one toward the net. And glove save by OMG. Now here's a face-off on the left circle. Colin chips it ahead, but picked up by OMG. Spun around, still in the zone though. Now chipped out of there by OMG. This one sent all the way around. 2:40 left here in this opening period. Colin behind the net. He outlets to Otto. Otto tries to send it cross ice, but intercepted. Now Otto again, intercepted again. Now picked up by Colin. Colin's going to skate it into the zone. He's going to dump it. This one wrestled away by Jackson. Jackson's able to backhand it into the zone. OMG breaks it out. They got a possible 2-on-1 here, but nice defense there by Will Marsh, as he's able to prevent the shot. Now here it is, loose in the circle, but battle in the corner now. This one still kept in the zone by OMG. They send one toward the net. Oh, loose puck, but that one fortunately kicked out of there. 1:18 left here in this one. This one is a shot on net that Ben Just is to cover. Tyson Jung on the faceoff. This comes out to the point, shot wide. Archie chases this one down. He's going to wave off the icing as Archie gets there. Now here's Archie in the circle. Archie fires one. A nice shot by Archie to put the pressure on the OMG goalie. Now here's puck loose in the circle, knocked away. Colin Moose goes down. Now this one comes out of the zone. Beck will have to chase that down. Now he goes off the boards, back into the zone. Here's a and Archie with the shot just up over the net. Now Archie centers it back out. Storm continuing to put pressure on, but just can't get it in the net. Loose puck in the circle, comes into the slot now. Volleyballed around and out. And that will bring the first period to an end with no scoring in the first period. Still 0-0 here. Both teams had some opportunities, but the Storm got the better of it in terms of controlling the offensive zone time. Shots are 11-6 in favor of the Storm. So much like the previous 3 or 4 games for the Storm, they've played well.
Could you do me a favor and say hi to Colin's grandma back here? Thank you.
So much like the last several games, the Storm have done a great job really controlling the puck and controlling the offensive zone time, putting a lot of pressure on, but just unable to get it in the goal. So let's hope they can knock the lid off of this goal here and get some scoring going. Generally, once they get the scoring going, they tend to keep it going, so hoping they can get this first goal here and gain some momentum. So I want to take some time to thank all of the friends, relatives, neighbors, and so forth that have tuned in throughout the year. Colin Moo's grandmother, Pat Berry, is tuned in today. Appreciate all of the support through the years. So thanks, Pat, for tuning in, and let's see if we can get a Storm victory here in the last regular season home game for the Storm. There's George Lego with it. He sends it out, picked up by Ben Scorey briefly. Now George Lego makes a play on it. Ooh, dangerous shot in as that was bouncing toward Ben Just, but he did a good job steering it away. Now here's Beck with it. Beck brings it across the blue line. Now he comes in, gets a shot away. That's off the mark. Kept in nicely by Beck as he skates all the way around. Now he chips it ahead. Will Marsh. Oh, and Will with a shot. That is blocked away by Osseo Maple Grove. Now here's Osseo Maple Grove with an opportunity. That one is shot wide of the net. Here's Will Marsh. Skates it behind the net. Circling. Sends it out to the point. Here's Griffin with it. Now back to Will Marsh. Back to Griffin. Will Marsh in the circle. Will fires one that's knocked up into the netting, so we'll have a stoppage of play and offensive zone faceoff. 12 shots on goal now for the Storm to Osseo Maple Grove 7. Storm still trying to get the scoring started here. Here is Tyson Jung on the faceoff. He knocks this one ahead, steered away by OMG. This one's sent out of there, and Cam's going to have to chase it down. He still controls, sends it to Tyson. Tyson over to Archie. Here comes Archie across the blue line. That's poked off of his stick. Puck on the far wall, controlled by Colin Moose. Colin chips it ahead to Archie, now here's Archie behind the net. Kept in by Cam. Oh, shot by Tyson again. Now this one comes out of there. Sent all the way down, but Griffin is able to pick it up. Yeah, that one is chipped up out of play, so we'll have a face-off in the Storm offensive zone here. 11:42 left in the second period. Here comes Colin O'Day in for the face-off. Colin wins the face-off, but tied up along the boards. This one loose in the slot. Storm trying to get it out of there. Now Otto chips it out, still not able to get it out though. As OMG sends it back down. Now out to the point, there's a shot. That one's redirected, ooh, swatted away. Another turnaround shot that goes off the side of the net, and this one gets knocked all the way out of there. This one comes to Cam. Cam picks up the loose puck. He's going to chip it in as he gets knocked into the boards. Kept in by Cam. Puck behind the net as Jackson Gastone defends. George comes in, he gets it to Colin. Oh, and Colin knocks it in. Beautiful feed by George to Colin, and Colin gets the goal. And Storm take the 1-0 lead now. So Colin with his 25th goal of the season.
Nice save.
And 23rd assist by George Lego. Storm finally get the lid off the goal here in this early in this second period. Still in the zone, kept in by Beck. Will Marsh and George battle along the boards. Oh, and there's a shot in by Griffin as he tried to connect with George Lego. This one's knocked all the way out of there, and Beck will have to pick up the loose puck with 9 minutes left here in this first period. Or sorry, left in the second period. Storm need to win this game and need to root for a gray team win against Wayzata later in order to finish an icing call on Osseo Maple Grove. So we'll come back down for an offensive zone face-off for the Storm. Osseo Maple Grove trying to break it out. Nice job by James Meyer to defend that one. The loose puck comes to James Meyer. Now we're going to have, I believe that was an offsides on Osseo Maple Grove. So we'll face off on the dot right in front of the OMG bench. A loose puck batted around, controlled by Cam. Cam sends it into the Storm offensive zone, but right back out. Loose puck picked up by Colin moves briefly. Now Colin's got it again. He chips it into the corner. Now out to Tyson. Oh, Tyson with a shot. Just deflected away. Now Tyson again with another shot and saved by the Osseo Maple Grove goalie. Storm continuing to just put pressure on OMG there. Once again in the second period, doing a good job of controlling the offensive zone time. Now this one's sent around. Ben Scory trying to wrestle it out of the corner. Otto with it. Otto sends it across. Trying to find Colin, but a little too far. Now kept in by Otto. Otto again with it. Otto trying to get it over to Colin, but now we're going to have a penalty here on, I think, Osseo Maple Grove. I believe they're going to get called for the cross check. Yes, indeed. So that will be a power play for the Storm now, as they'll have a man advantage for the next 2 minutes here, as OMG gets called for the cross check. The OMG goalie now dealing with an equipment issue, so he's getting tended to. These goalie pads are quite complex. They have a number of different attachment points and Velcro and straps and all kinds of stuff to keep them in place during the game and keep them in the right position. And occasionally those straps and ties and so forth come loose and have to be readjusted, and that's the case here, as the OMG goalie is having a coach help him out here. As you can imagine, goalies have quite a bit of equipment to manage, and it can be pretty difficult to manage on your own. So he's getting some help, and now he is back up and headed to the goal. So we will be back underway here. So start of the power play for the Storm. Here's Will Marsh on the face-off. Storm with a man advantage. Comes out to James. James. Now he gets it up to Will Marsh right in the slot. And Will Marsh trying to get it over to Jackson. There's a shot by Will. Now Storm player without a stick as it gets knocked up in the air as George goes over and retrieves his stick. Will Marsh takes the face off again. This one comes back out to Cam. Cam out to James at the point. Down low circle to George. Now, oh, beautiful shot and a goal as Will Marsh took the shot. Rebound came right to Jackson, and I think that's Jackson. Yes, it is. Jackson with the goal. So Jackson Gaston gets the power play goal as the Storm take advantage of that penalty. There's Tyson on the face-off. Loose puck comes to Archie. Archie sends it right in front of the net, but it goes long and knocked all the way out of there by Osseo Maple Grove, and we'll have a face-off in the Storm offensive zone now as they ice the puck. A good crowd on hand today for the Storm faithful here. The parents, friends, grandparents all here today. Once again, thanks to all of you that are tuning in from various parts of the country to watch this game. Archie Reardon picks up the rebound. So that'll now make it 3-0. Now Colin with the chip in. Here's a breakout by Osseo Maple Grove. They send one toward the net, but that goes into the corner. There's a breakout to Cam, but kept in his own. Colin O'Day chips it ahead to Ben Scory. Now Otto with the shot and saved by Osseo Maple Grove. So the Storm have the Bantam B1 Gray team playing right after this. They will play Wayzata. Wayzata goal down. Oh, beautiful slap shot by Beck. Scooped up by Osseo Maple Grove for the save. So and that pushes the shots on goal for the Storm to 23-9 as they are really dominating this offensive zone time. Here's Jackson with a nice centering pass, but that was knocked away. Now intercepted by George Lego. George back to Will Marsh. Will tries to feed it back to George, but chipped away. Still in the offensive zone, though. Now OMG breaks it out. Now they've got a breakaway and a goal. Just a nice play by Osseo Maple Grove as they just knocked that one ahead, and OMG got the breakaway, and they got it past Ben Just, so that'll make it 3-1 now. Oh, nice feed in there by Colin Moose. This one chipped up and out of play. So stoppage of play here. And face off in front of the Osseo Maple Grove bench with 3:54 left here in this second period. 2-goal lead for the Storm. Here's Archie with it. Down the circle comes to Tyson. That's kept in by Cam, but then knocked out. James Meyer tries to chase it to Cam. Off the boards back to James Meyer. James sends it down. We had a touch on that one, so no icing call. Kept in. Oh, Colin came in off the bench. He intercepted that one, but then whiffed on the shot. Now here's Griffin. Griffin across the blue line.